Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're a first time watcher, glad to have you here. If you're a returning favorite, welcome back. So today I have a good size, massive, some would say, Yankee Candle haul. I have 3 medium jars, 1 elevation candle, and 7 large jars, encompassing mostly the fall 2019 collection, but including some of the returning classics for the 50th anniversary. So I'm going to go over a little bit of here, and we'll get into it though. But I am going to be doing reviews on most of these. I don't know if I'll be reviewing every single one. Some of them I'll probably just keep just to have. So let's get into it here. So this is part of my buy one get two free medium jar haul that was happening this weekend there, and I've actually been burning a large jar of this. So this was kind of sort of like a backup because I didn't know if it was going to sell pretty good, because they are in the retail stores, they are dedicating a whole display to the Oaken Amber incense there. So normally when they feature it, it tends to sell a little better, but then again, it is like a smoky amber incense type smell, so not really sure how that's going to perform sales wise. With someone like me, I love it. It has that woody note, that outdoorsy smoky incense there. It's just an all-around great smoky scent of a candle that I will talk more about when I actually do a full in-depth review on that. So that was this candle there. Next one I tried it in the milk cup, and I wasn't really fond of it in the milk cup. I didn't actually melt the milk cup yet. But when I smelled this in store in the jar format, it smelled a little different. So I'm going to give it a shot there, and that's the dry lavender and oak. When I had the milk cup, it was really just smells like a men's cologne type fragrance there. Now there is bergamot in here, hands down, no doubt. And the lavender mixed with the bergamot can certainly make it go cologne there. But there's something else in this candle, and I'm going to go with vanilla in there because just of how the lid is reacting. Not like a lavender vanilla, certainly not lavender vanilla there. It's a little powdery, so it's more powdery there. But we'll see. This is the purple wax right there. See all the different marbleization going on. And the next one from the buy one get two free was sweet maple chai. I do like this scent. I don't really like and do bakery scents per se, unless it's like overly sweet, right? Like cinnamon frosting or things like that. And that's what the sweet maple chai really reminds me of, is a Starbucks Frappuccino. It's maple. It is maple dressing on the top there, the maple syrup with the whipped cream, and the coffee note going on in there. It's a tan. That's a tan wax there. Pretty decent all the way around. They were pretty picked over when I got to go there today, since the deal's been going on since Friday. But I have high hopes for it. There's some cinnamon going here, certainly some cinnamon. So this will be a review candle, I think, for sure. Absolutely. Next up we have here, I'm going to go to an elevation. So 3-wick, I got this for free because I got the email that my store was going out of business, or not my store, but a store. It turns out to be a store all the way up in Long Island. So an outlet store in Long Island going out of business. So everyone, I guess, within the 100-mile radius got an email saying your store is closing. So you get a free 3-wick elevation candle and a free shipping online. They didn't have this candle online before the coupon expired at the end of June, so I just got a candle and I went and I did a swap out there. So this is tonka bean and pumpkin. This is one of the 3 new ones for elevation. The other one is, there's a fig and clove and a amaretto apple. This is the only one that really appeals to me, and here we can see we have the pumpkin patch. These are all like artist paintings, drawings there. We have the tonka bean up there, and it's a nice little yellow wax going on there. So good. So if you don't know why they call these the elevation candles, I do have a video on one of the very first elevation candles that came out last summer, which was ginger pumpkin, which was actually a repackage from the vase collection. I forget what it's called. I keep the Woodwick vase collection. You guys know what I'm talking about there. Repackage of that ginger pumpkin there. So what they do is they have these lids, and you just pop them under here like that, and they sit like that. And they're also stackable that way, so you can put another 3-wick on top, and so on and so on. So this is well, I haven't smelled the Homeworks smoked pumpkin woods in a while. I have to dig it out, but I'm kind of thinking it's along those lines because there is a smoky note going on here. Obviously it's called tonka bean and pumpkin, but there's like a smoky note going on in this. And the pumpkin puree, it's not overly sweet. This could be a huge hit. It could be, if it performs well. If it performs well. Really, really digging that. So that'll be a review for sure. All right, next we're going to go into the jar. So this is like a collective haul, and of course, you know, we have the trick or treat candle, the Halloween candle I picked up last week. Orange zest, clove, all those kind of things going on. You know, I'll link to my review. I will be burning this, and we'll get a full-on review of this. But like that label is just, it's perfect in my opinion. There, we have the cat, maybe Sophia, and we have the pumpkin there. We have the orange mist in the background, and we have some rocks or stones or gravel going there. We have the tree branch above. So there's that. So we'll be getting a full-on review of that in the coming weeks. Haunted Hayride is the other new one. Don't have my hands on that, but I have a feeling I kind of know what it smells like. So I'll talk more about that later on. All right, next we have, so this is part of, no, this is a separate purchase. This is a separate purchase there. So this is Farmstand Festival there. Part of the new Farmstand collection there, which, by the way, Yankee using Farmstand, or I'm sorry, Farmer's Market, not new. They used Farmer's Market for a collection almost 20 years ago. It could have been a little bit shorter than that, but if you guys remember, they had, it was all the rave back then. I remember it very, very vividly. They had jar candles, and they were like curved like this, and they came up to the top there, and they were not filled with paraffin, not filled with soy wax, but they were a gel wax, if you guys remember that. And they had like the 3-dimensional wax chips inside of like maple sugar, right? It was like a maple sugar cookie, spiced pumpkin. There were pumpkins in there, and they did that I think also for Christmas that year as well, because there was a Christmas wreath one. So that was almost 20 years ago. So they are recycling ideas and names, which is fine, because they're finally on the right track. I feel like we had a couple down years, but now I feel like they have tried and true collection names, and it feels like they are going to be doing collections going forward, at least for part of the season, because we have the Mountain Holiday collection coming up for Christmas. It's called Alpine Holiday for you guys over in the UK and Europe. And then in the fall time or springtime, we're going to have what's called the Garden Hideaway collection. So I feel like they're doing these collections because everything's going to be cohesive, right? And that's where I feel like they've lacked for the past 2 years. They've had fragrances that are just in a collection that have been all over the place. So now finally they get a theme, and they rope it all in there, and they have a good collection. So this is my little tidbit on Farmers Market. So here we have Farmstand Festival. A lovely label, lovely color on the wax there, lovely marbling. More marbling than ever this season there. Whew, that's strong. A little bit of oil there, you know. Yeah, so we've got some cherry going on here. We got some berries and blackberries going on this guy. Yeah, certainly it's a berry top note scent. Yeah. More to come on this one for sure. A little bit of a woody note. I'm not crazy. A little bit of a woody note. But can't wait to get that burn there. Alright, so these next 5 candles are part of the glitch that happened this week. So if you don't know about the glitch haul or the glitch, there was a deal where it was like at the end of SAS, it was every large jar was half off and extra 10% off if you typed in this code. There's also the buy 2 get 2 free code going on at the time, and if you combined the off the grill candle with these 2 codes and some other stuff there, it triggered something. I don't know. Facebook was going crazy with it there, so I hopped in. I had a gift card. I used some of it there. People give Off the Grill slack because they think it's that tailgating candle from a couple years ago, which was horrendous, by the way. It is not the tailgating candle. As a matter of fact, this is a dupe of the UK exclusive Sparkling Flame from 2017. If you guys don't remember, I think I did a review of that. My candle was an absolute dud. Horrible. It was probably the worst performing Yankee candle I've ever had. And this looks exactly, it's the same color wax and everything. So we have some marbling also in my other one there. I don't have much hope for this candle. And it's a 2018 pour, so that even turns me off even more on this candle there. But some people said it's Tonka and Mirth, I think, but if you smell the sparkling flame candle from the UK, it's identical. So that's that. We'll see what's going on with that. So next up, we'll take it back a little bit. No, we'll wait to say this for the last. Here we have one that I'm kind of really excited to try. It's Pumpkin Apple Parfait. My label there, if you can see, looks like someone took a razor to it and just hacked it all to hell. So, not the prettiest label, and I'm surprised it actually passed quality control. So, Yankee, if you're watching, you might want to check your labels, check your quality control. So, this is not part of the Farmers Market collection. Neither is the Oaken Amber Incense, nor is the Blackberry Tea. Those are the 3 fall fragrances that are not part of this. Persimmon and brown sugar, I believe, is part of Farmers Market. That's going to be an online only, I believe. The persimmon and black sugar, or brown sugar rather. So yeah, that's that. But this is Pumpkin Apple Parfait. I believe it was going to be called Pumpkin Apple Cream in the UK, I heard. But this reminds me, this label just reminds me of the Luscious Pumpkin Trifle from last year. It's like the same color wax. It's like the same composition. It's the same kind of like dessert treat. Since they have a trifle, it's a parfait. That one had no apple in it. This one does have apple in it. But it's heavier on the pumpkin. So it's actually heavier on the apple, but the pumpkin is a little bit different. It's all over the place, but it's good. I know people have, Doug actually has referred this to Ciderhouse, no, Cider Lane from Bath and Body Works. Can't say that I've ever really smelled that because those cider scents kind of turn me off, except for Ciderhouse. That is absolutely amazing. I'm not sure how I love that, but I do. God, that label is horrible. She's like all torn up there. Anyhow, apple pumpkin bakery scent. Think like the dough of like a apple crisp, you know. Throw in some apples on top of that. Yeah, it'll be an interesting scent. Once again, the marbling and all that the stuff there. Kudos, Yankee. You guys might have it back together. So let's hope. I hope you do. Hope you do. We're gonna take it back now. I got the last 3 candles here are from the 50th anniversary collection. One of which I don't even know why it's included in this, but I get why it's included, but it really shouldn't be. Because it's called Returning Classics, but this scent's out year-round. You can get it online only. You can get it at Bed Bath & Beyond. You can get it at Hallmark. That's French vanilla. I've heard they've changed the formula on this. Not really sure on that, but here we have the typical round label on the Returning Classics from the 70s. This is, I believe, one of the first, if not the first scented candle. I think this was part of like the original 6 scented candles that they did back in the day. So this is from the 70s. We have the vanilla bean flower, which is from vanilla orchid, essentially the vanilla flower right there. If you ever get a chance to smell a vanilla orchid, they bloom for about 24 hours. That's about it, and then they don't bloom again. So, but that's how they capture the fragrance from that. It's vanilla. It's a basic vanilla scent to me. It's not buttercream. Buttercream it's a whole sugary high of its own. This is not that overly sugary. It's kind of light actually. So, can't really tell on there, but we have different oils because the white oils tend to go like a little yellow in there. Next up we have this from the 80s, and my label's like all the way down, you know, regular label, not an outlet label or anything like that. And it's maple sugar. Maple sugar has been out and about, not too recently, a couple years ago. Here we have, it's like a sugar cookie type deal, maple cookie. So that's what they want you to think. Really, really thin wick on that. It's not too dry. It has some sheen to it there. This smells like, so it's not a strong maple like that's in the maple chai. That's a really stronger maple there, but this is, it's more of like a straight up maple, hardcore maple, like New England maple there. That's sweeter, sugary for sure, buttery, definitely sugary and buttery. Like a maple cookie, I think it's a maple cookie, sugary and buttery with the batter and whatnot. So there's that. So not too high on this one, gotta say, not too high. Now this one shocked me. This is the last one here. This was also one of the originals from way back when, and it's spiced apple. I love this color. Love the marbling there. The label actually fits. We have different kinds of apples on there. We have red apples, and we have some yellow apples, and we have some spice sticks, some cinnamon sticks there. So this one, also kind of a thin wick on there, but wow. This is a classic. This is a classic apple fragrance for the fall. It's not a Macintosh. It's not a straight up Macintosh. There is a difference on here. And it really is like a cold apple cider mixed with like the cinnamon sticks, but it's not really high on cinnamon. It's not red hot cinnamon there. It's just very pleasant and smooth, you know. I know a lot of people have said this, that no one does an apple scent like Yankee, and that's true. Ciderhouse, Granny Smith, Macintosh, spiced apple, I'm not too high on the apple spice or any of those fragrances there, or the apple cider. But this is just really, really good. I cannot wait to actually burn this one and see how this one performs. But yeah, so that is spiced apple. The other returning favorites, Over the River, which was just out last year. Granny Smith, that was out a couple years ago. Was that like 2 years ago, I think? And then there was Banana Nut Bread. That was also out like last year, year before. So I try to get some of the unique ones. Even though French Vanilla, I just got that because it was it's one of the originals, if not the original scented candle there. So, all right, guys. So please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button down below there. And yeah, I'll be back with more reviews. Like I said, I am going to be reviewing Ciderhouse, Oaken Amber Incense for sure, and a couple of these certainly there. So, all right, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all real soon. Have a good one.